All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it's so good to have you here. I really appreciate it. In today's presentation, we're going to be going over Euro Swiss, talking about kind of the bigger picture and understanding more about how price action works using the supply and demand methodology. We're not going to dive into top-down trade analysis this video. Maybe we kind of will. I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of wing it, and it's whatever uh, whatever comes out, we just kind of go with it. So let's get this thing going, and I'll probably produce another video for you guys on Monday talking about, just supply and demand zones for those people that do like it. So this one is going to be just talking about more about price action and theory wise. Okay, Euro Swiss. If we look at, well, let's first start off by saying clearly Euro Swiss has been getting pounded. We are sitting inside this beautiful drop-based rally demand zone. It's kind of like a level on top of level, drop-based rally. It's also a monthly demand too, if we can see on the monthly chart. Let me switch up the colors for you guys. I'll try to make this quick because I talked about this in the private group and it ended up being like a really long recording. So I'll try to summarize it up for you guys. Prices are into a weekly demand zone. One of the big mistakes that retail traders make is they sell in demand and vice versa, kind of like they buy in supply, or they buy after big price and move, or they sell after a big price and move, chasing that market. So those are two mistakes kind of. So anyways, we are right now located in a higher time frame weekly, monthly demand zone. What do you think we should be doing? Well, we should probably be looking for buying opportunities and not selling opportunities. And you might be thinking, why the hell would I want to do that? Well, because let's look at the big picture. Prices have gone all the way down here. Clearly, yes, the trend is down, but look where we are right now. We're inside a higher time frame drop-based rally demand zone. I personally would be bullish this. I will personally be looking for long positions. If we go down into the smaller time frames, let's just go down to the 4 hour. Where are we? Oh, that's the 1 hour, 4 hour. Why do I think that prices are going to start changing and start going sideways and then turning up? Well, if we use multiple time frame analysis, let's just, take a general area and let's draw a channel. If we were to say this is kind of the average trend line going down, and this is the average trend line channel going also down, I guess. So that's the channel that we've been playing in. Kind of buyers been stepping in when they touch the channel, and sellers have been stepping in when they touch it. That's right, going downtrend, and now we come up into a higher time frame demand zone, right? So what have we just seen? We just saw prices go like this. But now with prices going into a higher time frame zone, we are going to start seeing this, and then we're going to see that. That's personally what I believe. On the bigger time frame picture, on like the weekly or the monthly, what you're just going to see is probably 2 or 3 candles going like this. But if we go down to smaller time frames, we're actually going to understand how price is starting to turn from inside out. That's why I always say price turns from inside out, not outside in, right? So if we consider this downward momentum, downward channel being broken by our rules, by having this candle right here being broken, well, we could say, hey, we're creating demand. Demand is starting to step in. Price turns from inside out. We can clearly see this downward channel starting to go sideways now, right? So now I'm projecting it will go up. Now this might continue to go sideways for, double the time and then go up, or it might just go down again. I don't really know, but I'll play the probability odds game and I'll say, I'll be looking for buying opportunities and well, let's talk about it. If we go down to the 1 hour. These were zones that we were talking about. We broke the 4 hour downward kind of channel, so we could clearly see buyers stepping in. In the group, we were talking about this demand zone. We talked about this demand zone, and then we're going to have this demand zone down below. All possible for buying opportunities. We identified this one, drop-based rally. I said that, this zone might work, but it's not going to work out for a long period of time. I think it's just the most aggressive approach. You wouldn't be wrong buying this pullback. And I said, we talked about it saying I would rather take the extreme or maybe this one up in here for better profitability, these two. I'm personally not the biggest fan of taking the first pullback into these trading opportunities. All valid zones. This one worked for a bit, this one worked for a bit, and then, if we can, it would be nice if prices could go down to this one, but you might miss the trade, right? So if we quickly look at soybeans, this is the same thing that we did on oh look, I already have it drawn out. Sweet, because we were talking about it with the group. Soybeans, let's check it out on the 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. So the daily time frame, this was overall the picture. Somebody messaged me, actually they wanted to talk about soybeans, and I said, funny enough, we actually are going to be talking about soybeans because I was going to show you guys this presentation. So basically we could see this upward channel, sellers were up in this area when they touch it. What did I see on the daily time frame picture? I wasn't focused on the big picture. I'm aware of what's happening, but what I'm really focused on is what's happening here, what's happening now. Okay, so what I saw is, well, if you go back and kind of watch that soybeans analysis video I talked about, well, we talked about how we were going up and then we broke that upward momentum, right? We broke it with this candle right here, and then we said, therefore, we create supply. I believe I actually, let me go like this, trading view. Hold up, guys. Oh, no, not charts. Oh, shoot. Hold up. USD CAD, Euro, Aussie, soybeans right here. We could have just gone to this. So we talked about this as this upward channel. Obviously coming up into supply, we broke this upward momentum, so we could see sellers were coming in. So that told me, boom, prices were in that uptrend. We did the first evidence of prices going sideways, breaking upward momentum line and removing demand. So I thought price is going to turn from inside out, and it did, obviously, right? Worked out pretty well. I wasn't in that trade at all, but I had a buddy that told me he was short soybeans, and I just had a look and I was like, yeah, I really like it too. So let's go back and check out the 4-hour time frame. What are we going to start seeing on the 4-hour? Well, we're going to see this kind of upward channel, right? If you kind of look right where my cursor is, kind of upward channel. Don't call me out for the lines, just a general guidance. Upward channel. What happened? We broke the upward channel with these candles over here. We started going sideways, right? We are at an area of a higher time frame structure, price action of where sellers are starting to take control, right? The upward channel coming up high into it. On the daily time frame, we broke that upward momentum. So we identified, hey, sellers are starting to step in now, right? Prices went sideways for a couple days. Price is going to turn from inside out. If we look at the daily, what are we going to see? I hope you guys can see that, but you're just going to see like 5, 6 candles. If we look at the weekly, we're going to just see it as like, I hope you guys can see that, 2, 3 candles. But if we go down to the 4-hour, we're going to start seeing, the price action going sideways. So, clearly it was a battle right here. Buyers and sellers were, having a war. We were inside that higher time frame zone area. So, we were looking for selling opportunities. We'd be bearish. Boom. And I guess boom is, well, we started that downward trend line, that downward channel, right? So if we go back into the Euro Swiss, this is the same thing as what we're seeing here. That 4-hour, prices are inside that higher time frame demand, right? We saw that weekly, that monthly chart. So it's like, okay, I want to be a buyer. I don't want to start selling now because prices, well, I'd be chasing the market. I'm not going to be selling inside a demand zone, right? So 4-hour, clearly it's down. We broke that channel by over here by these candles. So now we're starting to see, remember how we saw the sideways price action on the other chart? Now this is what we're starting to see on this one. Going sideways and then, projecting that prices might go like this. That's typically how trends change, right? They go down and they go sideways and then they go up. Or they go up, sideways, then down, right? You're going to have to use multiple time frame analysis to see those movements. Like if we go check out USD Singapore, like you look at the daily chart, you see this as just the daily chart, right? But if you go down to the 1-hour, you're going to see this whole channel, seeing how price is moving, right? If prices start going, it's going to start selling off, well, you're going to start seeing, just taking a general channel, just leave it like that. We're going to see that break and then we're going to see that, and then we're going to see this, right? It's the same thing. What's a trade that I was in this week? USD yen. Same thing as USD yen. This is something that we are in this week. Price is coming up into the higher time frame zone. We went down to the 15-minute. What are we going to start seeing? Hold up. Hope this makes sense. You kind of see this channel being broken, right? Buyer stepping in. Was that the short? Yeah, I guess it was. It was a quick in and out one-to-one short. Break that upward momentum, kind of break that channel. And this was the supply. I hope you guys can see that. I think I have to scroll in more. But it's stuff like that, right? Not every, every chart's basically, same candlesticks, but they all have their own little picture to it. So if we go back to that Euro Swiss, I don't know, good, an activity for you guys for the weekend. Go check it out, guys. Go into your multiple time frame analysis. Just go check out, I don't know, go check out the weekly, then go down to the 4 hour. See how price changes from inside out. Before you, I can't scroll out. Oh, that's the 15-minute. There we go. So basically what we saw in soybeans is what we're seeing now in Euro Swiss, right? But beforehand, soybeans has already, made its rally. It's done its move that we projected it to do. Now we're projecting this to do the same thing. Hey, it might not, right? It could go like this. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or anything. I'm just saying there's nothing stopping prices from doing that, right? Nothing wrong with prices doing that. Happens all the time. So besides that, 2020 has been starting off with a bang. You think about it, we're 37 days in. What have we had? Trump versus Iran, the Australian wildfires, Kobe Bryant's death. That's pretty big, I guess. And the coronavirus outbreak, right? Markets have been going crazy with that news lately. It's probably a lot worse than what the Chinese media is saying. I think the government's obviously not trying to let everybody know what the actual numbers are. It's a lot worse than what they're portraying it to be. So another thing, right? The social media, they can control what we see, right? It's up to us to do our own research, and I wouldn't trust what Google is putting in front of your eyes. I wouldn't trust what CNN or Fox News is trying to put in your eyes. You got to do your own research. What I find interesting, especially Facebook and Twitter, like those guys are the worst. Like I hate those social media things. I absolutely hate it. The only reason I really have social media is because I'm trying to run this business. Like besides that, I think it's fucking stupid to have an Instagram account. I think it's a waste of time. Same with Twitter, same with Facebook. I mean, I just have it all because, well, I need to run a business, and that's where not the 99% of the people are. So I think it's kind of clueless if you're trying to sell a product and you're not on social media, right? You got to get with the times. But obviously, the government or the social media platforms can't control what you see on their platform, and they can censor whatever they want, which is bullshit. It's supposed to be free speech. If there's lots of people, lots of videos, people showing their conversations on Facebook that actually get deleted from Facebook saying it broke their guidelines. So they're actually monitoring everybody's conversation. Same thing. They're probably listening to me while I'm talking to you guys, recording this. They're listening through a mic, probably on my phone, most likely. 100%. You guys ever do that? There's lots of people on YouTube videos that actually they get like a brand new device and they start talking about a certain object that they're interested in buying, and then the audio picks it up, and then they start throwing products towards you. Say if you're like you were talking about dogs, like say this is a fresh computer, fresh phone. I'm talking to you guys saying how much I want to buy a dog. I really like dog toys. Thinking about buying a dog collar. Well, I'm probably going to start getting advertisements for dogs without actually Googling anything. They do that stuff. Something I found interesting actually is Zero Hedge just recently got banned from Twitter. Fucking mind blown about how they decide who gets banned and who doesn't. I think Zero Hedge was posting an article on the coronavirus bioweapon claims, right? And what was their, let me see. Zero Hedge claim, oh, they were saying Zero Hedge claimed this without evidence that the scientist was involved in the development of a weaponized, the coronavirus. So Zero Hedge received notification on Friday that the outlets, yada yada yada, claims of violating Twitter's rules against abuse and harassment. That's fucking bullshit. That's the most BS I've seen. Going around banning InfoWars, banning Zero Hedge. Just mind blown about what these social media platforms do just to control you, just to shove certain information down your throat so that you can believe them or consume their content. I mean, what about Kathy Griffin? What Kathy Griffin did, just Google it, Kathy Griffin, Trump head. She basically held up a Donald Trump mask with blood pouring out with his head, like she cut off his head or something like that. And she held it up and posted a picture on her Twitter saying caption this and a bunch of other stuff. You could Google it and you'll see it. Probably going to get shadow banned for this just by talking about this on YouTube. It's banned by Google. And she was never banned from Twitter. Why wasn't she banned? What about CNN? They harassed the kid. Remember that kid that wore the MAGA hat, Make America Great Again hat? And that Indian guy came up and banged on the drums, and everybody was claiming that they went up to the Indian guy and they were starting a fight with him and they were mocking him. That's not true at all. Obviously, CNN paid the kid off because they didn't want to talk about it anymore. So the kid made a big payday, but he's not allowed to discuss about how much he made. But obviously, CNN and a lot of other news organizations and celebrities, they all bashed the kid. That was rules against harassment. Why aren't these guys getting banned? It's fucking ridiculous. So that's all I want to talk. You guys could Google this, do your own research. I recommend zerohedge.com for you guys for any news information. But that's that. Expect a new video coming in the next couple days. All right. Besides that, guys, cheers. Appreciate you guys watching this. Have a great weekend. If you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know. Talk about this stuff sometimes. Something I would like to do once in a while. Keep it on trading, but once in a while, go off topic. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.